Wow, you get wow. You hear about the app in Liberia called Minida right here?
Me neither. What me neither got to do anything.
Minada is a ride sharing app in Liberia that making transportation so easy. You can download the Minida app on your phone and be able to request bike, taxi, keke, big bus, small bus all around Liberia. And the good thing about it, every time you open Minida app, Minida will always provide you your pickup address. All you have to enter is your destination address. Destination address simply means where you are going.
So I need internet service.
Yeah, you get. Of course, you need internet service. You have to be able to use your internet service and download Google Map first. Secondly, you have to go into your phone settings and turn on your location. And then you download Minida app and begin to request ride all across Liberia. We're all fighting for car and we're all spending long time on the road.
So how do I connect to drivers?
You get a very easy. The drivers will also sign up and follow the same instruction I'm telling you now. They would be able to turn on the location in the phone settings and download Google Map and download Minida Driver app. And then the moment you make a request, the driver will be able to receive your ride request. And another good thing is your family members and your friends from all around the world can be able to request ride for you in Liberia. You get.
So how do I pay?
You get. All you can pay with is your bank card, and you can pay with Lone Star or Orange Mobile Money.
Is that easy?
Yeah, that's how easy it is. You get.
So me now that transportation made easy. Oh, thank you, oh my brother. Let me go download my app, yeah. Hey, transportation made easy, oh.
For more information on how to download Minida app and use Minida app, you could go over to YouTube and search Minida Liberia.
Richard, why are you looking so down?
I just broke up with a long-term partner, newly single and looking to meet somebody new.
LiberiansConnect.net connects single Liberians in the diaspora and Liberians in Liberia for love, friendship, dating, and marriage. LiberiansConnect.net is a membership-only website. You will not only connect with single Liberians, but also with singles of other nationalities who want to date Liberians. A private link will be emailed or WhatsApp to you where you can download the app to use on your smartphone for easier access. Take advantage of the promotional membership package from now until December 31st, 2022. The platform is free. Membership fees renew at only $5 a month beginning January 1st, 2023. LiberiansConnect.net, private, affordable, secure, connecting single Liberians home and abroad.
LiberiansConnect.net, exclusively Liberian.
Hello, my name is Winfred Russell, and I'm running for mayor of Brooklyn Park. With my vision of one Brooklyn Park, I will continue to drive to build a city that works for every resident. It is essential to safeguard our community in ways that reflect the wants and needs of all. Brooklyn Park must be guarded by its residents, business leaders, and other stakeholders who invest in its success. I want more community input to help inform critical decisions, such as how the city should approach public safety, affordable housing, public health, and economic development. My goal in the next 4 years as your mayor will be to connect the dots between our hopes for the city's future and being a good steward of public resources. You see, vision can come from many places, but smart cities realize that engaging their community members in the city governance process leads to better answers and deeper public ownership of their future. Under my leadership, Brooklyn Park will become second to none, so our peers can look to us for best practices, innovation, and inspiration. So rather than working towards benchmarks, we will become the benchmark. So for an experience you can trust, vote Russell for mayor. You can vote now at the Brooklyn Park City Hall or on Election Day, Tuesday, November 8th. Thank you.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belta, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Town, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
Are you in search of a credible, trustworthy, and professional real estate company? Well, your answer is yes. Realty Liberia Corporation is a solution to all your real estate needs. They provide real estate management, broker the sale or purchase of real properties, facilitate real property rental arrangements. They do property appraisals and title searches. Their effective and competent U.S. trained team boasts of over 30 years of experience working in the residential and commercial real estate space of America. They are a 100% Liberian-owned company located ideally on 4th Street Sinker in the Oregon compound. They can be reached on cell phone numbers +231 888 282 828 or 231 775 282 828. They are found on the internet at www.realtyliberia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, stop by today at their 4th Street Sinker office and tell them Henry Costa sent you. We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Today is the 7th day of November 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:30, and the time in Delaware this morning is 5:30. And the reason is simple. The time has changed. Daylight saving time. Yesterday morning, the time changed in America. So for about half of the year, the US, or at least the East Coast, is 5 hours ahead of Liberia. I mean, behind Liberia. And then for another half of the year, I believe it's half of the year, then it's 4 hours. So yesterday the time changed. So now I used to wake up at 6 a.m. and be ready to do the show at 6:30 a.m., which is 10:30 in Liberia, 10:30 a.m. But because of the time change, now I have to wake up at 5 a.m. and be able to, and in order to do the show at 5:30 a.m. Well, that means I get to sleep 1 hour less, which is not bad. Once I go to bed much early, it's okay. Good morning, Boga.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. Just to let our Liberians know that isn't affecting us back home. We will still be here at 10:30 Liberia time. So it's
Oh,
good
no,
to
yeah,
be.
it does not affect anything with the show, with the time in Liberia. I'm making the adjustment on this side,
Mhm.
the 1 hour adjustment. So everything in Liberia remains the same. 10:30 a.m. Whether the time changes in America or not, it's not going to change in Liberia at all. Yeah, but trust me, waking up at 5 o'clock is much better than when I used to wake up at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. For 7 years, I did that thing. It was so difficult, but I did it. So, yeah. Okay, it's actually from November to March. Thank you. Yes, from November to March. That's what happens. November, January, February, November, December, January, February, March. Okay, 5 months in a year. Okay, cool. Fine. Fantastic. Well, welcome, folks. How was the weekend, Bogai?
Well, it was good. Yeah, just family day and getting there sumo. Yeah, it's good. Just
Good. Had a good weekend myself. Everything's okay. Tomorrow is a big day in America. Elections Day. Elections will be happening tomorrow. It's election day in America tomorrow. They will be going to the polls. I mean, millions, tens of millions. The last time I checked, about some 40 million Americans had already voted in what is called early voting. Now, if you have not voted if you are not participated in the early voting period or early voting round, of course, then you will be going to vote tomorrow. It is very important that you vote. Very, very important. The issues are very critically important. And so, those of you who are American citizens who are listening to us, who are friends of ours, I strongly encourage you to please go out there and vote blue down the ballot. I believe in the Democratic Party. And the reason is simple. The Republican Party stands for absolutely nothing. They tell you the economy is bad. They haven't told you how they're going to fix it. They say inflation is Biden's fault when they know full well that Biden did not create inflation. Inflation is a global trend. It's happening all over the world. It's happening all over the world. Every country in the world is experiencing inflation, but they make it look like it's Joe Biden's fault. And then they make noise about it, but they don't tell you how they're going to fix it because they cannot fix it. They cannot. Well, so there you go. Yes, if you're in Pennsylvania, vote for Josh Shapiro for governor, vote for John Fetterman for senator, of course. And that's it. Vote Democrat all the way. Yes, that's what you do. If you're in Minnesota, vote for my man, Winfrey Russell. Winfrey Russell is, the thing about the mayoral elections, these small cities, and they're not really partisan. And people just, they don't care about political parties in these small cities or in these local elections. So vote for my man Winfrey Russell tomorrow. Russell is running for mayor of Brooklyn Park. Once if Liberians turn out to vote, Winfrey Russell is the next mayor of Brooklyn Park. Yes, if you're in Georgia, vote for my girl, Stacey Abrams. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant lady. And of course, don't forget, reject, what's that fella's name? Herschel Walker, that dumb idiot. I have never seen a dumber person run for office in America. Are you kidding? A major office as U.S. Senate. Reject Herschel Walker and vote for my man Raphael Warnock in Georgia. Yes. Get out there. Vote, 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 vote. Good. Man, Vivian Adu. Herschel Walker is a mess. I just go watching Herschel Walker stuff and I'll be laughing. I'm like, how can this guy be this stupid? The guy is stupid. This guy talks about China stealing America's good air and bringing their bad air into America so they'll have to build a wall to prevent China's bad air. AIR, the air. Can you build a wall to prevent the air? Oh my God. This is a solution for fixing climate change. And China is stealing America's good air. And we're gonna build a wall to prevent the bad air from China coming into America. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, reject Dr. Oz. Foolish man at that. He's from Jersey, acting like he's a Pennsylvanian. He's not a Pennsylvanian. Reject Dr. Oz. I ain't go back on TV. Vote John Fetterman. Thank you, my people. Okay, all the people in America who already voted blue, let me know. You voting blue, yes. Blue all the way. All right, folks. We're gonna go to Liberian issue. I live in America. I follow American politics, but we're gonna go to Liberia, where it really truly matters. So, Bwakai, you all recall we lost Mr. Daniel Mayon about 2 months ago now, and Daniel Mayon. I hope you do not forget who that is. Daniel Mayon is the gentleman who founded the DC Bopa Academy in Moe, Riverside County.
Yeah.
He died suddenly in California, just hours after he had helped to load a container that he was shipping to Liberia. That container is already on the vessel. We had said we would be raising funds to ensure that that container is shipped and cleared upon arrival in Liberia. Now, I have some updates for you. We need to do that fundraiser, folks. We need to do that. We said we would do it in memory of Daniel Mayon. The container is already on the vessel. It will be arriving in Liberia, hopefully at the end of this month. So we need to fundraise. I spoke with one of the gentlemen yesterday who's involved with the container being shipped, the handling, the shipment, and they told me that the total cost, Brother Sanford Roberts, our good friend, Sanford Roberts, he did a 3-way call. I spoke with him, I think 2 days ago. The total cost is $11,000, just under $11,000. I think it's $10,500, $10,600. But we're going to round it up to $11,000. So, fellow Liberians, this is nothing for us. On this Costa Show, you know how we do. We have to raise $11,000 to clear that container when it arrives in Liberia at the end of this month. That container has in it instructional materials, DVDs, chairs, armchairs, computers, brand new television sets, and a whole number of things for the Daisy Bopa Academy in Riverside County. We need to do the fundraiser. So this weekend, my team and I will go into Minnesota for a wedding. We leave on Friday. We return Monday afternoon or Monday morning. So we should shoot to do the fundraiser. Maybe that we have to raise the funds before the container arrives in Liberia. Let me look at my calendar and see when we can do this. We have to do this because it's very important. Let's do the fundraiser on Saturday the 26th. Saturday the 26th, we can raise that money, folks. We need to do that. So that the moment the container arrives in Liberia, the funds will be ready to pay to the guys for shipping it and to pay for clearing it. This $11,000, it includes everything. Everything. We're doing it in honor of Daniel Mayon. Let's raise that 11 grand. How many of you are going to be with us to raise that money? $11,000. Daniel Mayon was loading this container when he suddenly collapsed and died. We have to ensure that at least if that's the only thing we can do to honor his memory and his contribution and his sacrifice to education in Liberia, we have to do that. Clear that cantina and make sure it goes up to Riverside County for those children. That is our mission, and we're gonna do this. So November the 26th, Saturday, is the day we're going to raise the funds. Aha! There you go. This is amazing. This is amazing. Amen. Amen. One of my beloved aunties, whose name I will not call, has just messaged me. She is watching that she will give 1,000 United States dollars as her contribution toward shipping, clearing, and this 11 grand, it includes everything of Wagai. It includes the shipping, the cost of shipping, the clearing from the port, and the transporting it to Riverside County. So I want to just thank this special auntie of mine. She's just given 1,000 United States dollars. So now we have what? 10,000 left. 10,000. That's what we have to do. That man gave his life. And you know the thing is, we can't go bother his family right now to do that. Wakai. The man's wife just buried him. His sisters, his family people, they just put him in the ground. And so we now, the Liberian people who appreciate the great work that he was engaged in and what he had done for those children in Riverside, it becomes now our task to ensure that at least that container is cleared from the port and is shipped. I mean, it's driven off to Riverside County for the benefit of those children. So that's our task. So I'm going to save this date, Wakai. We have to talk about this. November 26th is the day of the fundraiser. Daisy Bopa Academy. You all know everything about that school. We've talked about it so many times. Wakai, what's the situation with? Has there been any further statement from George Weadam?
Statement about?
I mean, the man left the country with what, $1.5 million in a large delegation. He's supposed to be away for 7 weeks. I mean,
no, there haven't been any statement yet from the government. All they are doing, they are updating. President Weah met this person. President Weah, according to them, President Weah got 50 million from the people of Hungary. I don't know if
he
that's
didn't go to Hungary. So who's going to give him that? I mean, did he go to Hungary?
That's the problem. If that's true, how is that money coming? Where is it intended for?
But it's true that see him go to Hungary. Hungary is not on the itinerary. I've seen the itinerary.
You know, they just want to justify that, oh, the 1.5 million the president
is money well spent.
Yeah. You'll come back with something. So those are the lies now they are putting together that, oh, the president is bringing something back. You'll just forget what the 1.5 million blah blah blah. Or what? Costa, this government is noted for lying because the Bali Island, the hair factory, the teachers from Nigeria, I can go on and on.
The regional swap deal.
Yeah. Promise people, and they are all lies. Breaking ground for the Bali Island was one of the most,
sensationalized government activities.
Yeah.
They made a big deal of it.
They made a big scene. The president went up there, lifted his hand up.
You know what the whole Bali Island thing was based on? The Indian government had pledged some $45-50 million just in a neighborhood to Liberia for the construction of a convention center to be named in honor of his founding father, Mahatma Gandhi. So the Indian government pledged that money, and all Liberia needed to do was to find the land and show it to the Indians, so the Indians would construct the convention center, the Mahatma Gandhi Convention Center. So George Weah told the people he wanted the convention center built in that swamp. Absolutely no feasibility studies had been conducted. Do you know what it would require to build something in that swamp, Wakai? During the rainy season, that place floods. That place becomes completely submerged in water. That place doesn't have a bridge that connects to that place at all. So apparently, after Joe actually put a swamp, the player figure, okay, but we're not going to give our money. This is where you want us to build a convention center? Yeah, that is exactly what happened. It was the Indian government. So now he said, okay, fine. So I'm going to make the Indian government build the $15 million convention center on this island, in this swamp. And then around this project, this convention center, we will build a whole city called Bali Island City. I mean, can you imagine? The boy is stupendously helpless. I mean, you cannot help the man. The man cannot be helped. So they're justifying. This is the longest a Liberian president in a long time is going to be out of the country.
Yeah.
Almost 8 weeks, Mr. Weah will be out of Liberia. Almost 2 months. He doesn't get. I mean, Mr. Weah, somebody said to me the other day, Costa, my man, I'm convinced that Joe Weah does not want to stay in power any longer. He doesn't want to be reelected. I said, you are convinced? Then you do not know George Weah. George Weah wants this more than anything. To those of you who sit there and think that, oh, you know, Mr. Weah has no interest. Mr. Weah has no interest in governing because Mr. Weah doesn't know anything about governing, and Mr. Weah does not care to know anything about governing. But what Mr. Weah has interest in, every single ounce of interest in, is what power brings. The fringe benefits of power. The free money. The power to suppress and oppress and marginalize people, his enemies. Oh, it's one of the things George Weah loves about power so much. You think it's just the money. That boy is so, imagine giving a vindictive human being power. You think it's money that really makes them feel? Money does not give Weah the amount of rewarding and meaningful satisfaction that the power to witch hunt and suppress and settle scores and get even with people he considers his long-time enemies. That is one of the greatest pleasures George Weah gets from being president of the country.
And don't forget to add access to young ladies. Yeah.
Oh no, of course not. But you didn't let me finish. I mean, one of the fringe benefits, of course, he gets is that women he used to only lust after, L-U-S-T, and he was so broke to make advances at them, or his self-esteem, because Weah has one of the most critical problems Weah has, and I've diagnosed him with this problem. And I'm not a medical professional or I'm not a psychologist or anything, but everybody who is smart enough, who has come within certain distance of Weah, within certain proximity of Weah, who is smart enough, who pays attention, would know this. Weah suffers from a chronic stage of what I call a low self-esteem. I mean, inferiority complex. As the man is the president of the Republic of Liberia, yet somebody can still get under his skin. One day, the man wears this Louis Vuitton pair of Air Force One, the Air Force One, designed by the late Ghanaian American designer Virgil Abloh, and that pair he wore cost about what, $4,000. You know, so I posted the sneakers and I said, look at me bluffing us in his pair of Louis Vuitton Air Force One. The guy comes to my inbox, and he tells me, jealousy will kill you. The president of the Republic of Liberia writes me on WhatsApp to tell me that jealousy will kill me. I mean, you are the president of the whole country of 5 million people, and you are so pricked. You are so bothered by a Henry Costa. Yeah, I know I'm Henry Costa. I'm not that insignificant. But that a post of mine on Facebook about your expensive pair of what's the thing name? Louis Vuitton Air Force One designed by Virgil Abloh can make you come to my inbox and say to me that jealousy will kill me. I said, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. This is the extent to the severity and the acuteness of George Weah's classic perennial case of inferiority complex. A Facebook post. I was telling some friends the other night, they were like, oh, Costa, all the other people then can be attacking you, all the other talk shows then be attacking you. And why you don't really respond? But why I'm responding them for? They are nothing. I mean, they are nothing. All of them talk about me to get views. And my response to the people in the car who were driving together, I was like, listen, I'm Henry Costa. I'm getting on a George Weah skin. George Weah crying. George Weah crying on my name. Then I should be responding to all the nyama people. Then why must I do that? I'm above that level. They can never touch me because I'm focused on serious issues about the country, affecting the country. And why must I be engaged with people that ain't gossip and all that kind of thing, talking nonsense about me to provoke a response from me so that they can get views and so it can look like, oh yeah, we got Costa. We know how to get under his skin. No, they can't touch me. I'm getting on a George Weah's skin. They can't get on my skin. You understand? So poor guy, he doesn't care. He's gone for 2 months. He doesn't care. He does not care. This man does not care. But let me tell you something. If you're sitting there thinking, oh, George Weah will not be serious about the 2023 elections and because he really doesn't want to stay in power and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. You are mistaken. George Weah will fight with everything he's got to try to stay in power. He loves it. That free money, chasing all the women, the power to wait on people, the power to suppress his enemies, his perceived enemies. That is why George Weah will fight to stay in power. And then one of the things that really does get to George Weah, George Weah is afraid that when we beat him and he's out of power, we would go after him. That thing scares the crap out of him. He's afraid, oh. That bugger is scared. He's scared. So he's flying all over the place, acting like he's president. George Weah is a figurehead. He just sits there. What do you think about it? When the president leaves a country to Liberia for 2 months, what does it tell you? It is proof. It is living, irrefutable proof that he's not the one running the country. Mm-hmm. If the president can leave the country for 2 months and the country continues to be like that because the country running his head. So what does that tell you? It tells you that he's not running the country. Mm-hmm. He's not. Black guy?
Yep.
You're freezing or something. You're freezing up.
You getting me, cuz?
I am getting you now, but you were freezing up earlier. Now, folks, let's move on to something else. This week on Wednesday, the Liberty Party, the Elections Commission will begin looking into the Liberty Party issue. And I'm watching this issue very closely to see how it goes, how it develops. Do not be deceived by all those posts you see by Musa Ability. I don't know why some people can fall for it. Terry swatted Genesis, a very smart gentleman. Terry is not so young, but he's a young man. I mean, but not so young. So Terry Genesis, my good friend, Terry comes to my inbox a few days ago, and he tells me, "Oh man, Musa Ability wants to reconcile now. Why do you people easily fall for those gimmicks? Listen, poor guy, listen. Why do people easily fall for gimmicks? When we saw Musa Ability at the Farmington Hotel, why? With Young Lee and Darius and all of them, they signed the so-called Farmington Agreement, which Ability made a tacit confession that he did indeed tamper with the Liberty Party constitution, and that he agreed, which is written in black and white, under his signature, that they would withdraw the constitution that he submitted, which was fraudulent, altered, fingered, and they would make corrections and they would replace it, even before the Supreme Court intervened. Did Bility do that?
No.
What did Bility do? Bility took an about phase. This is a game. When it seems to Bility that the fight is getting tougher, what does Bility do? Bility transmits these messages, mixed messages that would confuse some of you people, that he will try to put you under the impression that he wants to make peace. You get Bility now. Bility did a post a few days ago, like Liberia first, Liberia at all costs. Some of you are like, oh, Musa want make peace. Sit down there and say Musa Bility want make peace. Musa Bility wants to make peace. Reconciling in the Liberty Party means that Musa Bility is finished, because George Weah would squeeze Musa Bility B. I told you Musa Bility B is in George Weah palm. George Weah got it with him. Wherever he is right now. Where is Weah right now? Egypt? Morocco? Where is he? He get it at. Musa Bility may be sitting in Liberia, but George Weah got a B with him all the way wherever he is. So for you to sit there and start harboring these false hope, you're harboring false hope and telling yourself that it looks like Musa Bility is having an epiphany, a come to Jesus moment. You are mistaken. Yeah. Musa Bility is not having an epiphany. Musa Bility is so neck deep. You know, somebody told me the other day, when you want to catch Musa Bility, the PST that Bility is running, the product storage terminal, the one his partners invested $18 million in, and he's currently running it.
Yeah.
The person said to me, Costa, here's what you do. Just bring Bility in and ask Bility to show how much he pays to the government in taxes, and you look at it vis-a-vis the products that he's handling. Listen, look at what Bility pays in taxes and road fund levies versus the quantity of products that Bility is storing in those tanks. The person said to me, you will realize a huge disparity. That means Musa Bility is not paying anywhere close to what he is storing. He's not paying anywhere close to what he's storing. Anywhere. There is huge disparity between what he pays in taxes and what he stores in terms of products in that facility, because the government allows him to do so. That is part of the deal that Bility gets. George Weah is cheap. He hates to give people money. So because he doesn't want to be giving Musa Bility money to do what he does, what Bility does in the Liberty Party, so what does he do? He allows Bility to get away with paying his full and fair share of taxes to the government. Bility doesn't pay his legitimate full share of taxes.
Yeah.
So Bility underdeclares, and the government is aware that Bility underdeclares and does not pay the amount of taxes he should be paying. But the government is okay with that. That is how Bility spends all our money he's spending. So the deal Bility has with George Weah, nothing would make Bility turn his back on that deal.
And Costa is simple. The money that he should be giving the government only telling him that you should use that money to destabilize the opposition.
Thank you.
The party doesn't hold. And
it's a lucrative deal.
Yeah.
It's a lucrative deal for Bility. Bility is not paying the amount of money. Okay, audit Bility's taxes. What he pays from that PST. Bility does not pay anywhere near what Bility should be paying. He does not, because the government allowed Bility to underdeclare so that Bility would pay less taxes, so that Bility would have a lot of loose cash with which Bility can destabilize the Liberty Party and by extension, the opposition.
Yeah.
And what Bility is doing, Bility is also hurting Ellis Cummings. But the Cummings people don't know. I don't know what you need to tell them so they can wake up. They don't realize it. Bility is using, you know, back in the day, I learned this talk from sitting and talking with people, and they say the boys, the guys who used to do the whole black money thing, or not really black money thing. The people who do, they go, they lie to you, they tell you a story, they lie to you, and then you give them money. So they have a lot of buzzwords and ways they will refer to certain things. And one of the phrases they have is a blind runner. Now, a blind runner, according to the BMs, those hustlers and swindlers, a blind runner is someone who is used to accomplish a certain task or objective. But that person might not be fully aware. They might not be fully knowledgeable as to what that particular function is that they are playing, that role is that they are playing. Sometimes they might not even be aware that they are playing a role in the whole money swindling scheme. So they call them a blind runner. And of course, it makes sense why they call him a blind runner. So a blind runner is somebody that you use in order to make a point, in order to convince your mark. The mark is the junk. The junk is the person you're supposed to dupe. So the mark. So you are the target. You are the mark. You are the junk. So the blind runner plays that role. So Alice Cummings in this game, in this most ability game, Alice Cummings is what you would call a blind runner. Alice Cummings does not know that Ability uses him. How does Ability use Cummings? I guess you're wondering. And for a moment, I want the Cummings people to just listen to me. And this is not me speaking badly about Alice Cummings. I just want you to listen to me. And sometimes when you just listen to somebody rather than dismiss them, you would pick up a thing or two from what they're saying. Listen to what I'm about to say. So what does Ability do? Ability needs to cause trouble in the opposition. How does he do it? He devises a strategy. Okay, I make it look like I'm with Alice Cummings, and I'm pushing the Liberty Party to go to Alice Cummings. And then I know for a fact that Youngbley and Dillon and others are not supporting Cummings. So what do? I use Alice Cummings as a blind runner. So Cummings will look like the guy for whom I'm doing all of this. It will look like Cummings is the one that I'm fighting to protect and promote and advance. But the manner in which I will do it will destabilize my own party and cause chaos in the collective opposition community. So that is exactly what Ability is doing. And the Cummings people, they don't want to hear this. They're in denial. The reason they're in denial is because when you want something, like for example, you're hungry, and somebody gives you food to eat, and the other person tells you, oh, that food was not properly cooked. It's not healthy for you to eat. You're not going to listen to that person. You're going to think that the person who's warning you that the food was not properly cooked doesn't like you. But this is what the case is. Ability is using Alice Cummings as a blind runner. He isn't really supporting Alice Cummings. But Cummings feels that Ability supports him, and that's all that matters. So what Ability is working with the government or not working with the government, they don't care.
No, but Costa, my
They
point
don't
here
care.
is Costa,
And there's nothing you can tell them that will make them pay attention to you.
Costa, the issue of Mr. Cummings is a well-educated man, so he should know the difference of somebody using him.
No, you are wrong. The most sophisticated, most brilliant people can be duped all the time. You are wrong. Well-educated people can be duped. Uneducated people can be duped. So
with the glaring fact that you are seeing that you can be duped, it can be done.
I can see it and you can see it. Here's why. I can see it because I'm not the one who's desperate for support. I'm not the one who is anxious to win, who's desperate to become president. So I'm not blinded by desperation. I'm not blinded by raw, insatiable quest for power. I'm not blinded by it. That is the reason why I can see it. But Cummings cannot see it because all Cummings wants to become to be is president. So he will not see it, Buckeye. He will never see it. All he cares about, first of all, Cummings is a very well-educated man, very well-experienced man, very well-experienced, very well-educated man. He's worked in one of the largest business entities in the world, Coca-Cola. Now, pray tell me, Buckeye, Are you telling me that a man that comes cannot see this corn? This is a corn. This whole thing Musa Belede is doing is a corn. Are you saying that Cummins cannot see this from a mile away? The fact that Musa Belede, the fact that Cummins would agree to have a party that is up in flames, a faction in a party endorsing, and he goes on believing that the party has endorsed him. I mean, why would I want a party that is divided, that is in conflict to endorse me? Why would I want a faction of that party to endorse me than having the whole party support me? Why would I want that, my people? What sense does that make? Why would I go to a home where the wife and the husband are in confusion because of me? And then why should I think that because the wife has given me assurances that it's okay for me to stay in the house, I should stay in the house? Why should I accept that? Why? I would not stay in such a house that is divided, that is up in flames. I would not stay there. But Cummins doesn't care. But I keep telling you, when people, let me ask you a question. Do you know why 419 works? Do you know why?
No.
Greed.
Because
the reason people get duped is because of their greed. Let me tell you something. One of my courses I studied for my master's degree, victimology. Sometimes the victim is complicit. The victim is sometimes complicit and responsible for their victimization. What do I mean by that? Bwaga is greedy. Bwaga Kamara sending that student is very, very greedy. He gave 1,000 US in your pocket. So I'm gonna fully human being walking and say, Bwaga, you give me 1,000 US, I can turn it around in 2 weeks. I can make it 10,000 US. Tell me. All the wires in Bwaga here now go off. Okay, I about to turn in 1,000 around and make 10,000 US in 2 weeks. You see what just happened to you? Your greed. Your greed, you go. Because you are greedy. Now you get duped because of your greed. So the number one thing, the number one element why people swindle people, why people steal from people, why people dupe people in these fullness schemes is because of greed. Take the pyramid scheme, for example. During the height of COVID, lots of groups here in America, different Liberian groups, other African groups, they say when you put 400 every month for 2 months, then you will eat 5,000 after so time. What time? Dr. Regency never inside. You see Dr. Regency on Spoon Talk? She was in one of those groups. They ate the people money, over 300,000 US dollars. I have friends of mine who put their money inside. It's called a pyramid scheme. You put 500 every month for 2 months or 3 months, and you're gonna eat 5,000. What sense does that make? You know why I never put my money in it? Everybody I know was thinking about putting money in it or had already put money in it. During the height of COVID, they were doing that thing. Dr. Regency was one of the organizers in that scheme. A certain group they had all these chat groups. They had them in because WhatsApp could not allow the number because they have large groups. So they were using Telegram. They were using Telegram during the height of COVID. Dr. Regency was part of one of the groups. So many people coming to me. Oh, my man, they got the other group. My man, Costa, you put $500 or you put $1,000 for 2-3 months, then you will get the amount of money. And I said, there you go. There the boy explaining how people came to that. It couldn't work for me. You know why? Because I'm too smart. And I'm not greedy. But how can you tell me, Bwaga, that Henry Costa should give you $1,000 and then after 5 months you'll give me $5,000? Where you get a $4,000 to give me?
That's the problem.
The money. They never used to explain to you how they would generate this money. They never used to tell you that. They would just tell you give the money. It sounded appealing to poor. Now, yes, what they did? They made sure a few people got paid up front. I mean, a few people got paid so that other people will witness it and they will be incentivized.
Yeah, so they can be making reference to that people and they say, oh, you see that person's life?
Rappy William say he got to do over 1,005. All of y'all who they dupe y'all can't talk me. They can't dupe me like that. I never put $1 in because I'm too smart. You look how smart man me and tell me I'm gonna get you fired out you at. So after 3, 4 one time, you'll turn it around and give me the one. It's a pyramid scheme. The reason people get duped, walk out in these kinds of schemes is because of their greed. You can't dupe me like that. The only way you could dupe me, if you come to me and you say your man sick or your pa sick or your pa dying or your man dying or your child dying or you want to pay your child's school fee, I get little money, I help you with. And you man, you're not even getting no child, you're not getting no man that's sick, you're not getting no pa that's sick. Okay, you have just duped me. But you know why? Because I'm a compassionate human being. But for you to come look at me and tell me, say, oh, Prabi, I get it here. You put the amount of money inside. After the time, you will get it, one, get it. I just look at you alone, look at you alone here. It's not going to work for me.
And Costa, is happening in Liberia. We have a company called QNet that is doing that. They will bring a chain that is selling for $1,000 US, and they will tell you, say, that chain, once it's on your neck, you can get sick. There's no sickness that can come around you. Yeah, can you tell me that? Then they will tell you, when you bring this amount of money or you bring $1,000, you come along with 4 persons. When you bring out 4 persons, then our 4 persons be selling XYZ, you will start benefiting from them.
Yeah.
Why? After you have finished investing your $1,000 US in them already.
Exactly.
So it's happening right here in Liberia, and people are still going there. Others are being duped, but other people are still going there. So it's all over.
That is exactly what's happening with our man Ellis Cummings and Musa Ability. Because Mr. Cummings wants support so badly, Mr. Cummings would take support from any corn, any crook, anybody. Ability is using Ellis Cummings too. So Ability can't just start fighting war in Liberty Party against Youngly. No. He has to find a reason to make it look like the reason the war is being fought is because I support Cummings and they don't want to support Cummings. That is Ability's game plan. That's it. And I will tell the ANC people, they will not listen to me. They will say, oh yeah, he hates Mr. Cummings. I don't hate Mr. Cummings. I'm just telling you, Mr. Cummings is being used by Musa Ability. That's it. Musa Ability is taking advantage of Ellis Cummings because Ellis Cummings badly wants to be president. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just telling you, Musa Ability sees that opportunity. He's exploiting him. He's exploiting him. And making it look like he's helping Cummings. So the other day, what's the fellow's name? Edwin Snow was on screen. And I was actually out and I was with some friends. And then I tuned in. It just stumbled on my live feed. It just popped up on my live feed. And I watched a little bit of it. And Edwin Snow was sitting in there lying the devil out of hell that Joseph Boakai had threatened his life with a text message or a WhatsApp message. And that Joseph Boakai was this terrible, nasty human being. And that the reason he withdrew from Joe Boakai was because Joe Boakai wanted to kill him or intended to kill him. They walk and lie. And he went on talking about how Joe Boakai cannot maintain relationships. Fellow Liberians, and Edwin Snow, a strategic lover boy, accuses a Joe Boakai, who has been married to the same woman for 50 years, that he, Joe Boakai, cannot maintain relationships.
Costa, not only a strategic lover, but the man with the highest divorce certificate in Liberia.
Now where I'm going now.
Okay.
And Edwin Snow, a strategic lover boy, a strategic pimp, who only goes after women that he can benefit from. He married Zoe Taylor, Charles Taylor's daughter, because Taylor was president. He did benefit. He got to be LFA president. He eventually got to be LPRC managing director, where he stole most of the money and became a rich man today. Then when Taylor was no longer in power, Taylor was irrelevant, he divorced Zoe Taylor.
Yeah.
And he went and married this woman, Maria White, an industrious, hardworking, educated woman who ran her own school. What's the name of the school? This academy. What was it called? Then, of course, he divorced Maria White, and he went on and married to who? He went and married who? The current Chief Justice, Sienna Yo.
Yeah.
Sienna Yo had just become Associate Justice, and Edwin Snow wanted to have somebody on the Supreme Court bench. Yeah, Child Development Academy, CDA. That's the name of the school. Edwin Snow went ahead and married Sienna Yo. And then, of course, when Edwin Snow got to
Sienna Yo was on the bench.
Yeah, when Edwin Snow got to ECOWAS and he met this lady there, I've posted the pictures. I've got the pictures of his current wife. She is from the Gambia. She is the head of the ECOWAS finances. This woman manages ECOWAS millions of dollars. ECOWAS's money. She manages it. She controls the purse strings. This is the woman Edwin Snow has now married. This is his 4th marriage. Now, when I am talking about people who now married 3, 4, 5 times, it's not the issue. The issue is that he only marries women for what he can get from those women. Mm-hmm. That is the point. Not only is he a political hopo, he is a career pimp. A career pimp. He pimps off of women. This is a man that opens his mouth to a Joseph Boakai, who has been married to the same woman for 50 years. Yeah? Look, if Edwin Snow did not have stolen money, the way that Sanama Swan is ugly. If that boy did not have stolen money, I don't know how the women can even look at his face when he's on top of them. You see his face. You must have seen his ugly face on the show that night when I caught him pants down. Oh, I put that ball on my lap. I spanked him. I spanked Edwin Snow. It was not even funny until he had nothing to say in response. All he had to say to Stanton was, play the recording. Play the recording I sent you. That all you got to say, all the things I just said, Edwin Snow, talking about Joe Bagake meeting relationship. You married 4 times. Now Joe Bagake just celebrated 50 years of marriage. To Mrs. Katumu Boakai. You, Edwin Snow, this is your 4th marriage. The moment that woman that you're currently married to leaves that position as the director of ECOWAS Finance, Edwin Snow would be gone. The moment that woman is no longer in that position, that boy will leave. Can't talking about Joe Boakai wants to kill him, and the reason he left Joseph Boakai. You went to Georgia when Joe Boakai lost his mother-in-law. Mrs. Boakai lost her mother. You went to Georgia. George Weah gave you $2,500 US. Look at George Weah, so cheap. I mean, look at the president. The president sent $2,500 US to somebody to sympathize with them. To the former vice president of the country, he sent $2,500 unsolicited. You brought that money to Joe Boakai. Joe Boakai, out of respect and courtesy, being a traditional man, or accepted the unsolicited $2,500 US from Joe Weah. Joe Weah now. Henry Costa comes to Liberia. Let me tell you what pissed Joe Weah off that made Joe Weah go on the radio that day to say all our rubbish. I arrived in Liberia on December 19, 2019. How do they call that day again, Boakai?
The Costa's Day.
Henry Costa Day. December 19, 2019, I arrived in Liberia to a triumphant reception. It was not easy. Where did Joe Weah go again that day, Boakai, when we arrived in the country?
He went in a barrack.
Shuffling. Joe Weah went to Camp Kessley Barracks, what they used to call shuffling. Joe Weah did not come out of the barracks until we left the streets of Monrovia. That's how afraid he was. They told him, Chief, for security reason, the way Costa coming today, thousands of people are expected to go receive Costa. You don't know what the boys could do. Those boys would decide to overthrow the government. And so Joe Weah ran away, went in the barracks. He never came outside until we left the streets. That day, it felt as though we were the man in the town. Joe Weah had run away. We were the man in the town. The next day, what did they do? They told Joe Weah, December 20th, look, my man, they think too embarrassing. They begin to come to Monrovia and take the whole city and made the whole play that kind of way. And you, the man here, you can't say nothing. You got to go on the radio. They go send Joe we are on the radio that the EOBC with legend who ran it. My people, when the Joe we are going on radio, Joe we are went on the radio, and Edwin Snow said it that day in the studio. He said, and when Costa they were doing protests, and because Joe we are went in the studio that day, he was so bitter, he was so angry.
Why Joseph Boakai have to support your coming?
Thank you. That was the issue for Joe Weah. Joe Weah went on EOBC area. Some of y'all don't know anything because area, especially my people who not in Liberia. Joe Weah went on EOBC the next day, December 20th. The day after Henry Costa Day, Joe Weah started cursing Joseph Boakai. Why Joseph Boakai must support Henry Costa? Henry Costa come to town to do protests and so. And Joe Boakai there, he ungrateful. And when he mother locked down, I said in 2005, that is what made us angry. That's why we decided to send that 2,500 out. We raised the 2,500 right here on the Costa Show. And we said, we will send this money back. Who from my office did I send to deliver the money to Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai?
It was me, Josh, and
Eduardo. Thank you. I sent Boakai Kamara right here in the studio, George Gué, and Emmanuel Weah. The three of them went to Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai to present the 2,500 US. We said,
and then I conducted a very short interview with the former vice president, acknowledging that yes, he received the 2,000 USD and it will be 2,500 USD, and it will be turned over to Edwin Snow so Edwin Snow can give it back to Josh Weah.
Yeah.
And since they made the money, they have called Snow, the big nose man, over and over to come for that money. Edwin Snow have refused to go. So you see, now let me just say this. Edwin Snow, let's just forget about his marriage business. Let's talk about his political life. Edwin Snow, just how he lived on women, that's the same way he lived politically. Once you are not in power, he will never become your friend. Edwin Snow becomes a friend with you, you are in power. He was behind Joe Boakai because he thought Joe Boakai was going to win the 2017 elections. That's why he supported Joe Boakai. Since he knew that Joe Boakai never won the election, he said, oh, I'm backing off. Now Joe Weah and I have been friendly for a very long time. Let me go to George Weah. So now he's kissing, licking, and doing everything about George Weah. So
in fact, what is he saying now? He's saying he will be the campaign manager for George Weah in 2023.
Yeah. So a mutilated character like Snow shouldn't be taken seriously in our body politics because he have no hair, no tail. A man that can disgrace our Liberian sister.
He paid a young lady
to strip herself naked, born naked. So
at his house for the entertainment and the amusement of his guests.
Yes.
Can you imagine? 1,000 US. I mean, you know how bad that is? And he came out and apologized for it. This man paid a Liberian sister 1,000 US to strip herself naked at a party. This is the kind of human being we are talking about here. This is Edwin Snow. So what made Edwin Snow mad with Joe Boakai? It's not that. Edwin Snow is not even mad at Joe Boakai. Edwin Snow is just playing a game. He has to find a reason. Oh yeah, I live in Joe Boakai because Joe Boakai threatened my life. So you see, look, let me tell you something. Amos Swear did a fantastic job. The SG of the Unity Party, Amos Swear, is a brilliant communicator and a brilliant gentleman. He did not need my help. He did not. But on the issue of Edwin Snow, Amos Swear was not knowledgeable of that issue. That's why I felt the need to call. Amos Swear was not in the middle of Edwin Snow and Joe Boakai with that money issue. We were. But on all the other issues, Amos Swear did a fantastic job. I gave him A+. So I felt I needed to call him because Edwin Snow was sitting there and peddling lies. He was peddling lies that Joe Boakai had threatened his life with that text, with that WhatsApp message. When Joe Boakai called, Joe Boakai did not send that WhatsApp message to Edwin Snow, in which he said, Edwin, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. I will no longer trust you, Edwin, and you will pay for what you did. That's what Joe Boakai said to him. Joe Boakai called Edwin Snow multiple times to go for the money. After Boakai Kamara, George Guer, and y'all find me the picture. Tell your daughter to find me the picture when y'all want to present the money to the former vice president. Y'all find the picture.
And it was all in newspaper, front page, Africa. Every news outlet carry us that day there. We presented money to the former vice president.
To return to George Weah. So Edwin Snow, Joe Boakai called Edwin Snow, come collect the money. Edwin Snow said he was out of the country on an ECOWAS assignment. Not knowing Edwin Snow was avoiding Joe Boakai, Edwin Snow returns to the country. Joe Boakai calls him. He still refuses to go for the money. Then Joe Boakai told me, he said, Henry, this man does not want to come for this money. A little of the man up to something. He and Joe, we are playing this thing. I called Edwin Snow. I said, my man, Edwin, go collect the money from the old man. We don't want the money. You brought this money. The money was not asked for. This man accepted the money as a courtesy to the president. My people in Liberia, when somebody died from you, and somebody comes to condole with you or to sympathize with you, and they say, oh, Boakai, sorry, oh, they already died, and yes, small thing. Do you turn it down?
No.
You don't. You don't. Bereaved family, you cannot turn down token of condolence. It was a condolence token. You brought it 2,500. We say carry the money back. Edwin Snow told me he can't take money from me to carry back because he did not deal with me with money. I said, but then why you can't talk to Joe Boakai? He said, my man, to be honest with you, I'm very ashamed of what we did. I said, you are ashamed? He said, yeah, what we did was very wrong. He went on the radio, he said all kind of rubbish because you made a man to do it. I said, what do you mean by I made a man to do it? He said, when you came to the country, the man felt bad. You came to the country like you were the president. So they forced the man to go on radio to go and talk. Because you came to the country, you embarrassed the man. You made a place small for Joey had to run away. And he and I laughed about that. So Edwin Snow said, I'm not going for that money. Edwin Snow never went for that money. Then now, for him to explain that to the public, that the reason Joe Boakai sent me that message was because Joe Boakai was trying to get me to go collect the money and take it back, and I refused to go for the money. So Joe Boakai was angry and said, you, Edwin, you set me up. Then he wants to tell people that the reason he left the Boakai camp is because Boakai saying that message threatening his life.
That's lie. Very big black lie.
Edwin Snow is a terrible guy. He's a very, very dangerous guy. And you know, the reason why people like Edwin Snow succeed in Liberia is because there is no rule of law. There is the culture of impunity. Edwin Snow stole millions of dollars from the Liberian people. He's a wealthy man today because people can steal millions of dollars and go scot-free, and they can get political power to protect themselves. For a man like Edwin Snow, everything this boy has gotten in his life, he has not earned it. Everything. This man became Speaker of the House, for Christ's sake. He never lasted long. You know why he got removed? Ellen made sure they undermine and remove him. Edwin Snow went and wrote a letter here. For those of you who do not know and who do not remember, why was Edwin Snow removed as Speaker? Edwin Snow went and wrote a letter to the Taiwanese embassy in the Gambia and told the Taiwanese embassy in that letter that he, as Speaker, with the right price, at the right price, could restore Liberia-Taiwan relations. He could ensure that China, mainland China, would be kicked out and Taiwan would come back. Can you imagine? That letter leaked. The Speaker of the House wrote the embassy of the government of Taiwan in the Gambia, offering his services to restore diplomatic relations between Liberia and Taiwan, if the money is right. Can you imagine? The Speaker of the House wrote the Embassy of Taiwan, honor our laws, honor our Constitution. The chief foreign policy architect of the Republic is the president, not the Speaker. The Speaker does not engage in foreign policy matters. Yes, foreign policy may be legislated by the legislature, but this legislature does not execute our foreign policy. What Edwin Snow did was treasonous to write the government of Taiwan. Liberia, folks, you see, this is why this country is the way it is. This is why these people, Liberia has not gone anywhere. If Edwin Snow had done that in America, what Edwin Snow did as Speaker to write to the Taiwanese government through the embassy in the Gambia to request for a bribe so that he would undermine Liberia's relations with mainland China, so that that relationship would falter and would ultimately be replaced by a Liberia-Taiwan relationship. That singular act could have landed Edwin Snow in prison if he had done that in America or some other civilized country. But all that Edwin Snow suffered was removal as Speaker of the House. Oh, Bernie, you say you didn't know that? Yeah, you already know plenty of things there. My sister, that's why Edwin Snow there. Edwin Snow wrote that the reason why Edwin Snow was removed as Speaker. Edwin Snow wrote the Taiwanese embassy in the Gambia. Just Google it. And told the person, and you see me as Speaker. If you pay me the right amount of money, I can ensure that we will return Liberia-Taiwan relationship and we'll get rid of mainland China. They say when the Chinese government got to know, the Chinese government was fed. The Chinese government mobilized the money to remove him. That's how Edwin Snow was removed as Speaker. They removed Edwin Snow as Speaker. Edwin Snow was so vexed, he blamed Wallace Knockers. Wallace Knockers at the time was the chief of staff to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Edwin Snow went and paid somebody in Wallace Knockers' house to get those unsavory photographs, those private, intimate photographs of Wallace Knockers in a sexual act. They made private photographs in his home. Edwin Snow paid the guy living with Wallace Knockers to sell those pictures to him. And Edwin Snow released those pictures. And you all know what they did to Bob Willis. It caused Bob Willis to get pressure. He got stroke. He never fully recovered. And Wallace Knockers died from that thing. Wallace Knockers was the victim of that in the end. He lost his life. Edwin Snow was removed. You don't know plenty now. They bought a bad human being. This is a nasty human being. You see, Edwin Snow bought. Edwin Snow was removed as Speaker because Edwin Snow wrote to the government of Taiwan through the embassy in the Gambia and said, when y'all give me money, I can make sure we get rid of China. China got vexed. China said, oh, so they Edwin Snow boy here won't move up. China provided the money. They say, Willie Noga, Willie Noga at the time was chief of staff to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So that Willie Noga was arranging a whole thing, begin. When the Chinese people get a man to remove Edwin Snow as Speaker, begin, the money was floating. I remember that time I was living in Stephen Tower and said, Edwin Snow said, you will not step down. My man, you know what about it there? Nobody said anywhere Edwin Snow at sitting. Nobody said they will not sit there. Look, some of the body left. They went to United Conference Center. They say they will not sit under Edwin Snow's gavel as his gavel as Speaker. They left. They went to United Conference Center. They said that where they will be having their own sitting. Yeah, man, you can't remember you were small begin, man. That was 2007, 2008, around that time. But I was picking about 13 years ago. The men say, we will not sit on Edwin Snow's gavel. They went to the Unity Conference Center, that where they used to sit. That what happened? Oh? That is what Edwin Snow did. Oh? They remove him. So after they remove him, because Wole Naga is the one that supposedly received the money from the Chinese government. The Chinese embassy gave Wole Naga the money to pay for the lawmakers and to remove Edwin Snow. When they removed Edwin Snow said he was settle scores with Willis Knockers. How Edwin Snow went and paid that boy living in Willis Knockers' house. And that boy leaked those pictures to Edwin Snow. And Edwin Snow had those pictures published. At that time, Facebook was not it was not popular at all. The pictures were published in the newspaper. The newspaper that published that story, that paper was shut down or they were taken to court. What's the name of the newspaper? Who can remember that? What's the name of the newspaper that published that picture of Willis Knuckles having a doggy style? He was there doing doggy style, and there were 3 women. 2 women and Willis Knuckles. So this is the kind of human being we're talking about here, folks. If we were in a civilized country, this Sanama Swan Edwin Snow, where he lived looking like Kawasaki tire, would not be in power in our country. Edwin Snow, he will not be in power. But because we are in Liberia, that is the reason why the likes of Edwin Snow can hold political office in our country and can take. You worked, Edwin Snow, for government. You stole all that money and you became a wealthy man. And you open your mouth on Joseph Human Boaka, a decent human being who has worked all his life in government and in the private sector and did not steal money and lives a humble life. Sam Dean is the one that published this story. Yes, Sam Dean published that story.
Independent newspaper.
Sam Dean of the Independent newspaper. Ha! Now one of my men just told me, hey, bro, the man, former president of the Independent Publishers Association. Sam Dean of the Independent newspaper is the one that Edwin Snow paid to publish that story, that picture on Willis Knockers. That picture made Bob Willis got pressure. Ellen had to ask Willis Knockers to resign his position. I'm telling you.
Edwin Snow.
Now that's what Edwin Snow caused a human being to lose their life, to die, because he was trying to get even. He brought such disgrace to Willis Knockers. It was not easy. So this is the animal we're talking about. They men are human being. Edwin Snow, the animal. Let me tell you, since Edwin Snow been in the legislature since 2006. Since 2006. From 2006 to 2021, how many years? To 2022, 15 years. Edwin Snow has been in power for 15 years. Edwin Snow has not co-sponsored or sponsored a single piece of legislation. They say he pays Sam Dean $5,000 US to publish that picture of Willis Knuckles. 5,000 United States dollars to publish that obscene, intimate photograph of Willis Knuckles. Edwin Snow has not sponsored a single bill as a legislator. 12 years as representative. No, more than 12 years. 15 years as representative. No, not 15 years. Yeah, 13 years. 13 years as representative. And now, you see, so he's in the Senate. That boy has not written or co-written or co-sponsored or sponsored a single piece of legislation. So what has he been doing there? Looking for money.
Yeah, been corrupting the system like he did at the APN terminal.
You're asking why he lived like Kawasaki tire. You know Kawasaki? Kawasaki.
He knows the open well. He knows the open well. Very big nose.
That's a man that dares to put his mouth on Joe Walker. If we were in a civilized country, that Sanama Swan would be in prison for many years. To write another government, only the head of the country has the authority to communicate or to represent that country's interests with another government, with a foreign government. No citizen of that country has any authority to communicate with any other country. Edwin Snow. That is the Sanama Swan that wants to be president of our country. On the same spoon talk, that boy opened him up there and said that his plan is they're supporting Jawia for president in 2023, so that Jawia, when Jawia leaves in 2029, so he, Edwin Snow, can be president. Man people, you think Jawia, Edwin Snow be president of Liberia, God forbid. Where does he think some of us will be for him to be president of Liberia? Where does he think we will be? Where will a Henry Costa be for an Edwin Snow, one of the nastiest and sleaziest human being Liberia has ever produced, to be president of Liberia? For an Edwin Snow that stands for absolutely nothing in his life.
Nothing.
Everything that Sanama Swan, that ugly boy, has earned, he has stolen. Has in his life, he has stolen.
He's always seeking his own interest.
He likes to be bragging about farm. Edwin Snow, do your pa have farm? Do your man have any farm? Where your family farm? What did you inherit? Where did you get money from? From a driver to Stewie Allen to a multi-millionaire today, a power broker in Liberia, as you like to think you are. You there talking about Joe Parker does not maintain relationship. He and Ellen, they are not fine. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not support Joe Parker for president because of her own selfish reasons. You know why? Because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wanted Joe Parker to explicitly say to her, Ellen, I will protect you. I will protect Robert. I will protect Charles. I will protect all your people then who did bad things to the Liberian people. I will protect all of them. That is what Ellen wanted Parker to say to her. That is the assurance Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wanted from Joe Parker. And Joe Parker said, but Ellen, she brought Olusegun Obasanjo. She brought Bishop David Daniels from the African Methodist Episcopal, all of them. She said, yeah, please, Joe, why Joe now want to say you will protect me? Joe said, but Elio, what did you did before I'm going to protect you? What do you need protection from? That Joe man, hello, man. He said, but when Baba, that Obasanjo and they call Baba, because that big brother, the two of them. Obasanjo is way older than them. So Joe Parker said to Obasanjo, but wait now, what did she do? What does she need protection from? She took the oath. I took the oath. She served as president. I served as vice president. So we do all day our job. What did she want me to say I will protect her from? The Ellen say, ain't why I'm talking. They made her. So Joe Parker did not promise Ellen. He said, why should I promise her that she will be protected? That all will be, come to think of it, it was not good politics, but that's water under the bridge.
Yeah.
What does it tell you? It tells you that this is a man of great integrity. That because Joe Parker did not intend to protect her and her children and all of that, he did not want to make any promise to her or he did not want to. He's a man of integrity. So the reason Ellen did not support Joe is simple. Because Joe did not make commitment to protect her and protect her people. And that was Ellen's problem. And so it is not Joe Parker's problem. It is not Joe Parker's fault that Ellen left and went and supported Joe here. It is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that is responsible for that. It is Ellen's fault, not Parker's fault, because everything about it was because of what Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wanted. So for Edison to sit there and say, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is still very powerful, and Ellen can help you. If Ellen not supporting you, you can't be president. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was very powerful in 2017, 2023, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf will be how many years old? She'll be 84, 83. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf cannot influence election in Liberia. She cannot. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf got friends abroad. She can raise money for you. She can help you. Like she's helping Alice Cummings now. But Ellen Johnson Sirleaf cannot help you win election in Liberia. Joe Boaga is more popular in Liberia than Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Henry Costa can help you more politically in Liberia than Ellen. I can bring more to the table. I bring more to the table politically in Liberia than Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. How many people here Ellen can hold and say, "Can't let me go campaign for you, you will win office"? What's up? Who is she? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf cannot make Joe Boaga president. Similarly, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf cannot stop Joe Boaga from becoming president. She cannot help anybody. She will be 85-year-old or 84-year-old in 2023. She will not be useful to us. So Edwin Snow says there on radio talking about Ellen not supporting you, how you will win. We don't need Ellen support. Y'all go give it a job we are and Cummings. That Cummings get Ellen support. Let him win now. He get Ellen support. Now Ellen Cummings get Ellen support. So let Cummings go win. But let's go take some calls, y'all. Kind of talking about Ellen not supporting, and nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. We don't need Ellen Johnson Sirleaf support. Ellen will be almost 90 years old. She has no influence in the country. She messed the country up. She turned it over to the Sanama Swan. We know a left from a right, no A from Beaufort. And you talking about she will, because she's not supporting Joe, so Joe can win. Something wrong with that, Edwin Snowball. But I go take some calls here. So my people, for those of you who don't know Edwin Snow, this boy is a bad human being. If we were in a decent country, Edwin Snow would not be in power today. He would be beyond bars. But Liberia is not a decent country. That is the reason why the likes of Edwin Snow, they've been roaming about, getting rich, and milking. Edwin Snow is a national parasite. Edwin Snow is a national parasite, sucking the blood of the Liberian people all these years. But his day, his Waterloo is coming.
He cried on a local radio station saying that, he's sorry for what he did with the APN terminal deal. He's going to make sure that X, Y, and Z happen. Since Edwin Snow won the senatorial seat, have Edwin Snow ever one day come up to speak about that again? No.
Edwin Snow, let me tell you, we had a conversation. He told me after winning the Senate election, he said, "My man, when I go to the place there, I will do this, I will do that. I will make sure the APN terminal deal that I helped to bring, which is hurting the country, I will redeem myself." Fellow Liberians, this is a message right here. This is the message right here. He sent me the message on the 5th of January, 2021. My people, I want you to read it. Well, let me know whether you can read the message.
Cause I just don't want you behaving like him before.
No, when you're promising me, you're redeeming himself. I'm not behaving like him.
Yeah, because he have acted challenge already. But
if you can read the message, let me know. He said, "Good day, bro. Trust me. I will redeem myself on that contract in the Senate." I said, "I will be so happy, brother. Trust me, and I will celebrate you." You see that? This is the message. If you can read the screen, let me know, folks.
Yeah, it's clear. We're seeing it.
On January the 5th, he wrote me this, 2021. He said, "I will redeem myself when I go to the Senate on the APN terminus deal." That is the promise Edwin Snow made to me. Has Edwin Snow redeemed himself?
No.
He wrote me a message and said on January the 5th, 2021, after Edwin Snow was inducted or when just before he was inducted senator, he said, I will redeem myself on that APM terminus deal. He never did it. Edwin Snow is the one that shared the brown envelopes among his colleagues for the APM terminus deal. He is the one that distributed the laptops, the iPads. They were distributing iPads. Edwin Snow, he did it. This human being is one of the worst human beings you could ever possibly find anywhere on the planet, Edwin Melvin Snow. But his end is in sight. The time is coming when the likes of Edwin Snow will no longer be able to influence power in our country. That time is coming very, very soon. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls there.
Okay, 0770-102-102-86 0103835 102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 Heron Pedro Costa, Buakai Amara Kamara, we are here on the 7th day. Let me say happy birthday to Karishman Pelon Rai. Yeah, you're celebrating your birthday on today. I'm wishing you many more years to come. Let me take this first caller here. We're talking about the character Snow. Good morning, welcome. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome. Your name is joining us from?
Oh, my name is Frank. I'm calling from the Banana Bell. But they think Eddie Snow, after he disgraced the guy there, he was and the late Tanapoli was the one investigating that case, and the late Tanapoli let down mysteriously.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We take some more calls. 0770-102-102. Those in the diaspora can call the WhatsApp number. Let's take this one. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, hello. Is this the Costa Show?
The Costa Show. Your name is joining us from?
My name is Deepo Chirari. I call from the forum.
Welcome.
Are you hearing me?
You are live. Go ahead. 1 minute quickly.
All right. I always know there's always in some gossip.
Your line isn't too good, my brother. Let's take somebody from the WhatsApp number. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Morning, Boga Kamara and Henry. This is Harrison Soso. I'm calling from the state of New Jersey. Edwin Melvin Snow, when he was managing director at FPRC, and he was told, my man, how are you getting all this money, my man? He said, my man, I'm here. I'm in law to the president. So Edwin Melvin Snow's corrupt activities started a long time ago. This guy came from nowhere, and he manipulated the society because of bad governance from Charles Taylor. And that's how Edwin Snow came up. But let me just tell you this. It's going to be a fight when Joseph Boakai becomes president. Obviously, we have to institute policy in our country. If that is not done, my brother, the society will, Liberia will be a chaotic government. We will root out everybody who is engaged in corruption. And you know what? Let me tell you one of the strategies. I will be part of that government was willing. We will pay people to expose corruption. Okay. You expose corruption, we pay you.
All right. Thank you so much. We take 1 minute per caller on the show this morning. 0770-102-102-86 let's take this person. Good morning, Mr. Valley.
Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning. Welcome. Mr. Valley, I don't know what's happening to your line. 0770-102-102-86 01038. Good morning. Welcome. So let's see if we can take. Good morning. 0770-102. We trying to get somebody from this end. All right, let's come to the WhatsApp number and take this person. Good morning.
Good evening, Boakai, from my end. Hello.
You are live. Go ahead quickly.
Okay, thank you. This is Christian Logan calling from India. It's some funding to have listened to a character in Edwin Snow to label the former vice president as someone who is not trusted or who can keep relationship. I listen to that show, and sometimes because seeing the way they conduct or the interview that gets and other things we just have to follow to get news from Liberia. That's all. But it's know that even except those that don't read him will always follow. The poster rightly said Liberia is seriously in problem because what made Liberia in problem, we are getting to know that our politicians continue to keep our population on that kind of mass suffering that when it comes to election every period they will infuse them with cash. If it was not for cash influence, nothing, men that snow will not survive.
Thank you so much. Now take somebody from this angle here. The religious advisor to the Costa Show. Tsekachibo, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, BK Kamara. Good morning, fellow. Our hero, good morning, Chief.
Morning, my
I'm the religious advisor to the Costa Show, and I'm calling from Banasdale this morning. BK, let me just go straight to the point. The leader stressed a point this morning that has to do with the attitude and performance ability within the Labour Party. One thing I can say to you is, wasn't it not the same ability and Snow who told you that there are 3 Hebrew brothers? Had those 3 Hebrew brothers being dissolved? And let me say this to our senator. Senator DeLong, maybe you're listening to the Costa Show. Because normally for me, between you and Costa, sometimes Costa listening to people do more than you. Let me be honest. But one of the things you shouldn't forget is, when you go in the street, it wasn't only Labour partisan alone who got there. You have started with a related issue again. You're throwing parables on Facebook. You go ahead. Thank you for affording me the time.
Thank you so much.
Hold on there. We have breaking news. The Supreme Court of Liberia has just issued a writ of arrest for the Minister of Finance, Samuel D. Twe. I have the writ of arrest right here. Breaking news. The Supreme Court of Liberia has just this morning issued a writ of arrest for the Minister of Finance, Samuel D. Twe. Oh, of course, this is Liberia, nothing will come of it, but we just thought to let you know. By directive of the full bench of the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, you are hereby commanded to arrest the living body of Samuel D. Twe, Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Republic of Liberia, to show cause why he should not be held in contempt for impeding the functions of the courts and creating a constitutional crisis for the judiciary. Huh? So there you have it. Wow. So they said Twe is impeding the functions of the court. They are accusing Samuel Twe of not providing funds for the court to operate.
Yeah.
It's rough. This is the writ of arrest, folks. What? No salary for 2 months. Jesus Christ.
No salary for 2.
Yeah. The judiciary has not received their salary for 2 months.
They probably didn't gap in at all.
Let me say here the document. For 2 months, the
So,
judiciary.
Costa, they met.
This is the writ of arrest, folks. Huh?
They were celebrating Liberia passing the MCC scorecard. They held a dinner at the Monrovia City Corporation. That's when the gold specialist will come in to host a dinner. So they had a dinner at the Monrovia City Hall. See Samuel Twe in the history of Liberia, the first time for Liberia to pass a blah blah all type of. I just can use that other word, but Samuel Twe, oh God, the man is more political than
technical. Yeah,
yeah.
The Supreme Court said they want they send a writ of arrest to arrest Samuel Twe. They say they want that for 2 months. They are not taking pay. No money for the court to operate. They say Samuel Twe is impeding the functions of the judiciary and thereby creating a what? Constitutional crisis for the judiciary. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. No salary, no money. Let's take some calls there, Baga. It's not easy.
We get there. Small, small. Paku, you strong.
Paku?
Let's say Noah Zao gives Noah. Good morning, welcome.
Supreme Court said they want to pay.
Okay, good morning to the rest of the world. You know, to be honest with you, Pedro, that arrest is fiasco with no disrespect to the Supreme Court, but I see it to be a complete fiasco. It is a fiasco in a sense that once you have heard that the arrest order for the finance minister is due to him being accused of impeding the function of the court, this clearly shows that it is all because those guys are not taking pay. That's the reason why he's being arrested or he's being ordered to be arrested. Mind you, that thing will be settled under the carpet. Samuel Twe will just go there and say, look, you just let the thing go, you know, because of what happened in the country, but I'm going to make something available. Quite the people will take pay. And that thing will just, it's just an alarm to just raise that, look, we too, it is hell yeah.
They're their own interest.
To try to do something.
But Noah, let me just make this point. If he go there and tell the people, say, oh, things rough in the country, but giving the president $1.5 million to travel across few countries, I don't know where we
No, but the thing is, the very court here who is crying now and who will want to maybe not take that excuse because 1.5 million was given to the president for traveling across the world. This court has debated most of the constitutional violation of the president. The court has done nothing about this. So this will not be strange. It will just be a continual, aiding and abetting of what they've been doing to aid the president or continue to violate. The president will just be reaffirming their assistance that they've been rendering to keep violating the law. But let me conclude on this note. Even we here at the Liberia said it. We are not taking pay for October. Today is the 7th. The last time we took pay, it was on October 20th for September. So we took September pay October 20th. So perhaps we might take October pay for November 20th. So it's happening all across. The government has collapsed. It's a clear indication that the government has collapsed. Not even will, but the government has collapsed. So let them be passing around, making funny celebration around here that they pass Medina Challenge Corporation when you just you feel major.
Okay, sorry, we have to take Charles Robert.
I just learned that lawmakers, the entire legislature,
Charlie, hold on.
Received their gasoline slips or the gasoline allotment for the months of June, since June, and they have not taken pay for 2 months. Lawmakers have not received a gasoline allotment since the month of June, and they have not taken pay. This is the 2nd month now, and it doesn't look clear that they're going to take pay. 2 months, no pay.
Charles Robert, let's go ahead.
So I said good morning to you and say morning to Henry. And while we are preparing for the arrival of Henry on the 30th of December this year, some of the talking points will make contribution to it. Noah just said nothing going to come out of that. I saw that in Edwin this morning. I saw that news about the judicial issuing a rate of arrest, but I'm not excited because I know it's just a way of saying, "My man, we want our money." And so when the men go and get that money, they don't care what the people from the Senate. So I'm not taking pay for 2 months too. And, so it's not only them. So they are, and you see what makes their own so very biased. It's not in the interest of the public, it's in their own interest. They're not saying to have not paid the workforce of this country for 2 months. They
No,
say
they only
12
go on their own.
members of the judiciary. So it's only about them. So when members of the judiciary are paying, when health workers are not paying, it's no problem. When teachers are not paying, no problem. When people, technical people are not paying, no problem. When the judiciary is paid, so that judiciary is a nasty area to even talk about. So nothing going to come out of it. It's only a pressure to on 12 or 12 to settle them. So it's looking at looking at kickback. So 12 get a kickback and they forget about whoever, what people in the health center, what JFK budget has not been fulfilled. Well, cover that hospital and get drugs, roads are not taken care of in the southeast. It's none of that the business. So it's nothing to even talk about. I don't even want to. I don't want to hear it to even talk about it yet.
All right. Thank you so much, Charlie. Let's take this person. We'll take 2 or 3 more calls. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, sorry. If you call, listen to me through your cell phone. Don't listen to the receiver.
Okay.
There's a delay.
So that's a situation. The Supreme Court wants to arrested because they have not taken pay for months. The judiciary, the legislature has also not taken pay for months. They have not received the gasoline slips since the month of June. Things are very bad. Civil servants have not taken pay for 2 months. The country is very, very bad. And how do these people expect to win an election, Parker, in 2023? How? Somebody please tell me. Our time is up. We're going to continue this conversation tomorrow. But let me write this down before I forget. How do they intend to win another election, Walker, in 2023? Please tell me. November 8th. Tomorrow is November 8th. So, so we're going to be talking about this. But the country is this bad, and these boys expect that they can win another election? People can't take pay. Take our last caller, boy, and we'll call it a day. Take our last caller. We'll continue with this tomorrow, right where we're leaving off. Take our last caller.
All right. Momo, the Critical Johnson, welcome.
Thank you for the wonderful recognition. Momo the Critical Johnson, good morning and good morning to our patriot, in radio land. Yo, wait, Mr. Twain, anyway, now, this is Momo the Critical Johnson. You got my number already. Call me. I will make sure that you will never ever be arrested. Look, if I was to be arrested at 25-month exercise, where is the money? When I see Leroy Pompon going himself because he didn't get paid, where is the money? When our doctors are crying, they can't get paid, where is that money? Then because you don't pay the usual. No, Mr. Twain, get my number. You called me the last time we met. You wanted to betray the struggle, but call me now. I will govern that man to make sure that you will not be arrested. Let me say this. Sometimes you may not like it, but at times when you hear on spoon talk, sometimes we can really not be happy. Sometimes, but again, it is your will. But I thank you for beating sense in Snow here, last night or the day you appeared. Look, Mr. Snow, you have me on record. I learned for him, he brought me when he rushed to take my sister, that car hit. My car hit my sister, she down the spot, and Edwin Snow and take that woman. And up to now, we still investigating what killed my sister on for me halfway. So I was like, he's a nasty guy. All right? But now,
all right, thank you.
Is that quickly, when you left, you have Mariah other poster of his shot. And the panel,
No, Momo, we're not dignifying those people, man.
Thank you. All right, Momo, thank you very much. We gotta go. Now, folks, listen. The time has changed in America. So the show time in Liberia remains the same, 10:30 in the morning. But the show time in America now is gonna be 5:30. So I see my sister Patience said, you're about to end the show and it's only after 7 a.m. Eastern time. Yes, because we started at 5:30. So the show now begins at 5:30 in the morning in the US, 5:30 in the morning. I have to wake up at 5 o'clock and to be up here and to be on the show at 5:30. So please don't forget that daylight saving time. The time has changed. So now it is 5:30 that the show begins and the show will be ending at 7. Sometimes, of course, we go a little bit over time. So, but the show, that's when the show is going to be on now. 5:30 in the morning. You understand? Thank you so much. We'll continue from this topic tomorrow. The lawmakers, people are not taking pay. She said, "I'm free. I'm free to go." Yes, because we've been here for a while. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's not just 1 hour. We started at 5:30 and we're ending at 7. How can you say it's one hour? No, we are ending at 7 something. So it's 1 hour and 40 minutes. You say it's 4:30 minutes. So that, well, yeah, because we're on Eastern time. I live in the Eastern time zone, so that's the time zone that we're on. So yeah, everybody doesn't watch the show at the same time. You go look back at the previous shows, you will see 60, 50,000, 40,000, 55,000 views just on Facebook alone, not even radio, just on Facebook, not even YouTube. So many thousands of people go back and watch the show later on. Okay, the show from Friday has 22,000 views on it now and counting. There's 22,000. The show from the second, 26,000 views. The show from the 1st of November, 28,000 views. The show from October 27th, 41,000 views. The show from October 26th, 31,000 views. October 25th, 34,000 views. October 24th, 35,000 views. October 21st, 46,000 views. October 20th, 35,000 views. October 19th, 35,000 views. October 18th, 53,000 views. Yes, 53,000 views. October 13th, 53,000 views again, so on and so forth. You see that? When you want to know, when you really want to know who gets the most views, go see the views after the show. 50,000, 45,000, 60,000 views, just on Facebook. You're not talking YouTube, you're not talking SoundCloud, you're not talking the radio in Liberia, you're not talking all the other platforms, MyTuning, TuneIn, the website, just on Facebook. 50,000 views, 40,000. You know what I mean to sit down here and 50,000 human beings listen to you just on one platform? 50,000 people on one show. The numbers are there. You can go see the numbers. Don't take my word for it. Go see the numbers for yourself. So every show would do, yeah, you know how many thousand listening? 100 to 300,000 people is possible. Radio and all the other platforms. That is a lot. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye-bye.